Alright, what's up guys? How's it going? Nostalgic Row here. I'm starting a new series. I finally figured out how to get everything set up on my computer for a web stream and to be able to do Let's Play videos live. So I thought, you know what? This would be a great opportunity to try something new. So I am calling these live streams Nostalgic First because what I decided to do is go ahead and try tackling games for the first time. This series is going to be dedicated to games I've never played before as a kid. And there's a lot of games out there. I mean, I was a gamer as a kid, but there's still a lot of games I never ever played before. So that's what this series is dedicated to, is trying out some of these classic games. So I thought, why not try one that I've played in the sense that I've played its sibling, Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo quite a bit. I love that game, so I thought, you know what, let's try out the Genesis version because I never had the Genesis as a kid, and now I do. So thought it'd be a perfect opportunity to try it out with a nostalgic first here. So here we go, the Hyperstone Heist on Sega Genesis, trying it out for the first time. All right. And I know this is like port of the arcade, so there's going to be some similarities, there's going to be some differences, so it'll be kind of fun to see what exactly is different and how far I can get into it. Turn up the volume a little bit there. Alright, watch the intro a little bit here. I don't really remember the intro on the Super Nintendo, so I'm not sure if there's much different here or not yet. Okay, but it definitely looks similar. Let's go ahead and check out the options. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give myself a little bit more life. Continues. We'll see how long we go. Alright, the back attack is on. Let's say off. Yeah, I guess I'm not sure. I don't remember how I used to like playing it. It's been a while since I've even done the Super Nintendo version, so. There we go. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, personally, I've always been a fan more of Donatello here. I've always preferred his reach, even though I am more of a Michelangelo fan. But we'll go Donnie here. Okay, that's different. I always kind of liked Crane coming in there. Oh, well, he's there. Okay. Oh, no, that was Shredder. Okay. Treasured Hyperstone from the dimension. Conquer the world. Okay. Alright, here we go. Alright. Pause this. YouTube's telling me it's having issues with my live stream. Alright. Seems like everything's good, even though YouTube's saying otherwise. So let's go ahead and get started here. And we'll just ignore that. This is a trial run anyway to see, make sure everything's working. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Oh, okay. I remember doing that from the Super Nintendo. We got a couple of different kicks. I wonder. I used to be able to tap forward, but now that's over here on the button. Okay, you can do that. I do know that you can't throw the guys at the screen. To some extent, there was some limitations. As a whole, I mean, I know there's differences to this game. I mean, obviously starting things off here, this is not New York City. The Big Apple, 3 a.m. I miss that stuff. So far, the bad guys seem to be pretty laid back. I mean, I'm playing in normal mode, but so far, not really getting a challenge here. Oh shoot! All right, I hate these guys. Let's try. Nice. All right, so those things definitely kind of work similar. Let's see here. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. A couple. I guess that's all further I'm gonna go. Let's get that pizza. Let's see here. I think if I go, yeah. Okay, so Donnie still has that move, but that takes away points or life, so I don't really want to do that. So far, it's feeling pretty easy, not too intimidating by any means. Let's see here. I wonder if... Okay, so you can run in, you can do that. I'm trying to figure out if used to have like a sliding kick. The other one I kind of like using. I need to figure out how to get that one working. So we got that kick, which is okay. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can't get that pizza. All right. Let's see here. Oh, okay, cool. You can still do that, but I didn't think I was lined up on that. Alright, so now we're out on the streets here. This is kind of looking similar. Yeah, so far nothing too tough. I can't... Maybe you can't do that slide. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Oh, shoot. Let's see who's there. Oh, okay. There we go. There was something. I wonder if... And what, as a kid, I mean, you know, I grew up in the late 80s, early 90s, so obviously TMNT was huge, huge for me in my childhood. A lot of good memories watching the Turtles, have the whole Turtles Classic Series collection on DVD. And yeah, I mean, Turtles was everything. Now, obviously, the video game franchise as a whole has been a little iffy, some ups and downs. Yeah, I mean, my childhood, we had the, I figured this out here. You can clearly do something there. Let's see, what is it? Come on, I need to stop pressing that. Shh. Oh, that, oh! Oh, that sucked. Alright. I had a feeling that pizza was kind of a setup there, but to lose a whole life for that? Oh. Okay, there's something, okay. There we go. Okay, so you can do it. It's not... Yeah, it's kind of hard to do, though. It's not... It's almost not worth it. Let's try to... Get these guys out of the way. Oh, okay, well, I got a light back there. Let's go ahead and try that. Yep, okay, that works the same. this thing, I've always felt that you just, yeah, see, that needs to last longer. That definitely needs to last longer. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I mean, I definitely curious to see how this continues on. Like I said, I mean, I really enjoyed, you know, like most Turtles in Time, just a classic. So this so far, I'm liking that, you know, they still kept the same style, but at the same time, it's new, it's fresh to me, and I like that. Like, I definitely think if you had the Sega, you weren't, you know, you weren't missing out on a ton if you had this instead of Turtles in Time. We'll see when we get further along how things are different, but right now I would say, you know what, they're on pace to be equal, to not, in my mind anyway. Alright. I do recall in the other one, there's a kick that you could do. It was just like a roundhouse kick. I'm not for sure if it was supposed to be, if that was like maybe a glitch, like if it was supposed to be like a super move or something, but yeah. Got some nunchuck guys here. Alright. Now things are starting to get a little bit more tense. Yeah, I used to be able to breeze through it by myself. Through the stages. Oh, what's going on? Oh, the pizza guys. Sweet. How can I knock them down? There we go. Okay, they're not coming back. Alright. Pizza. Ah, nope. There we go. Oh, it's hitting me. Okay. Ah! That's the best way to get these guys. Just try. There we go. Okay. Kind of lost my train of thought there, what I was talking about. Alright, so anyway. But yeah, I used to, oh, that's right. I was talking about how I used to be able to breeze through the game, or not through the entire game, but up to the Technodrome, which I think most people could. You know, get to the Technodrome, you have that awesome scene where you're throwing the guys, the foot soldiers at Shredder, and then you beat him, and he jumps out, and you're kind of like, oh, cool, like, you know, you didn't think you beat the game. Ooh, here we go, boss fight. Leatherhead. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We weren't fighting yet. You're too immature to hang with me? Okay. Too immature to hang, huh? Oh! How do you get that? Oh, that is not cool. Ah. Shell shot. I need to do a better job of getting away from him there. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm taking a ton of damage. That's not cool. Just a miss. There we go. That's the way to handle him. Alright, shh. Pay attention. Oh, God! Okay. I figure something out there. Yeah, I can't get stuck in the corner. There we go. If I keep my distance, then it works. Oh. That's just dumb. Alright, come on. Let's grab the last hit. There we go. Nice. Still kept the big explosions. Alright. So that was... Okay, so scene 1, New York City. Alright. Still got the cowabunga, too. Sweet. Yeah, sorry, I got a little bit of a cold going here, too, today. A mysterious ghost ship. Wow. Scene 2, a mysterious ghost ship. Yeah, I would have to say the Super Nintendo is definitely better. Ooh, what are those? What was that? Did I just... What the... Okay, that must just be background. That seems like that'd be something there, but... So this is... Oh, come on. Oh, was that just pizza? Oh! Nice, I still have my toe in there. That was one thing that I always enjoyed about the Super Nintendo version. Oh, come on! I wonder if those question marks are health. Not doing too hot on the surfboards. Oh. Brutal. Brutal! Oh, come on. Nope, they're just points. Okay. I'm not gonna go... Jeez! Not cool. There we go. Oh, something's happening. Okay, I have to go ship. Alright. So I wonder if this is supposed to be what Turtles in Time turned into the pirate ship of back in the day, so this must be similar. Which that's too bad that you don't have the fun themes necessarily. There we go. Get you guys up here. Huh. No. Oh, come on. Oh! Suicide mission. Ah. Alright. Definitely gonna have to start paying a bit more attention. This game's starting to pick up now. Save the pizza. Oh! Alright, I gotta watch out for those traps. That's the second one I've fallen for. I don't recall Turtles in Time being quite that tricky with the pizzas. I'm totally be wrong. I mean, it has been a few years since I've really done a playthrough of it. So, but I don't recall it off the top of my head. Oh, okay, I gotta watch out. I was like, how did that happen? But okay, that's like the other one too. Alright, so... Jeez, these guys definitely are tricky when they get you in a corner. Had them gang up on me once or twice here already. And some background noise. Oh. Alright. Continue number 1 is going to be getting used here soon. Let go of me. Get over here. Oh. Hey! Ugh. Oh! Alright. Gotta stop doing that. Oh, jeez. Okay. I don't know why I thought there's... Oh, jeez. Okay. These guys are just as annoying as the other one. Nope, okay. Alright, next portion of the level. Huh, okay, so they kind of are combining what... I mean, I guess it'd be... I think Hyperstone Heist is more of what the arcade was, so Turtles in Time appears to have combined level, or taken levels and expanded upon them. It's interesting. I guess we'll see as we get along here further exactly what they do, but yeah, that's interesting. Oh, jeez. Not me. Ah. These guys. Oh. Okay, what happens here now? Oh, that's cool. From the movie. Of course, I want to continue. Let's try Mikey. No, I didn't even really get to use any special moves. Do I gotta start from scratch? Ugh. Okay, good. I was gonna say, that is gonna be lame if I have to start from scratch. Ooh, Mikey. There you go. He almost seems a little slower, I don't know. Seem to be having a little better luck with Mikey, huh? Yeah, you jerks. Oh, wait, the special move is. Same thing. Okay, so there's special moves. Or at least 2 for 2 for the Turtles. Alright, here we go. You knock it off. Hey. Ugh. I wasn't facing you. Okay, a little bit of a controls issue there. Yeah, Mikey seems... He almost seems to be slower. That was close. Oh, you're gonna block me now, huh? That's it. Oh, yeah. of focus here. Oh, nice. There's pizza right there. What the? It looks like he comes flying in like he's hit. Oh, taking the turtle soup line. Alright. Oh. Okay. So I can't hit him doing that. Alright. Oh, wait, out of the way. Go get that pizza. Oh, yeah. Go down. Oh. Get up faster. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Just got one more hit in there. Oh. There. I don't want to use a continue there. Wow. Rocksteady's animation's definitely funny. See you next time. I'll beat you. Alright. Okay, so 2 levels. I think there's 5. Does that sound right, guys? 5? Alright. Shredder's Hideout. Oh, this is new. Alright, now that the stuff is starting to look a lot newer to me, I'm kind of taking it all in. Be nice if, like, I've been trying to do a shoulder dash on these guys. Something go on. Yeah, that slide, I have to do 3 quick button presses. That's just not convenient at all. Oh. Come here. Get over. Get back here. There. Oh, you want some more? Come on. Fire. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is interesting. I was gonna say with the that's the one thing I never really liked about well, just in general, I guess it became something that was kind of a standard with beat 'em ups was, you know, having that super move. But then, oh, what? Okay, he must have hit me from behind there. I did not see what happened. But that super move, you know, with this one, you know, why would you ever really use it? Because you lose lives. I mean, I've never really found myself in a situation where I was like, oh yeah, I should go ahead and use this because it's worth losing the life. I just, you know, outside of, you know, I know there's some games where it's like, you know, you can use it constantly after you get knocked down in health and it won't kill you, then it becomes useful. I'm not sure. I guess I haven't tried that out if that's the case here. Probably is. But outside of that though, like, yeah, it's like, why would you want to use something that takes 2-3 bars of health? Unless if you're right in front of pizza, I guess. Then that's when you'd use it. Oh, jeez. Alright. Get up. Get down. Oh. I do like where these guys are popping up. There seems to be a good level layout for what happens here. Now I'll do it. Like, there we go. Not like those guys. So yeah, I guess outside of when you're in front of some pizza, why would you want to do it? There we go. That's what. See, I've been trying to get that going. Oh, I was gonna say, I was not controlling you into the hole! Alright, here we go. So it seems like these stages, I'm assuming back to Heaven 3. Oh, that's cool, you can knock those down. Alright. Yeah, that was one thing I always liked about this series is, you know, just those little things that you could knock across the screen to knock out the foot soldiers. I always thought that was kind of creative. Yeah, that's definitely some sort of trap. What the? Oh, I was even going down. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, that's unique. That's definitely not one that I saw in the Super Nintendo, at least not that I remember. So you can't, they're not allowing you to jump. Okay. Oh, yeah, those guys look fun. Wow. Okay, the hit detection there. Okay, yeah, this hit detection looks. Yeah. Okay, well. Where's my hit detection? I wasn't even close to that and I was getting hit. Alright, there, so yeah, it must be down below. Oh. Wow, okay, that. And why aren't those guys getting hit? This isn't cool. Alright, so. You're losing points on this one. Hyperstone Heist. That's not cool. I mean, maybe that's a glitch or something, but that was not cool. I wasn't even that close to it. I'm gonna have to check the replay on that one to see, because wow, that's a tough area if the hit detection is that off. Let go of me. Ugh. Planning on talking a lot more here, but this has me a little bit befuddled with how all these guys are coming at me, so I'm trying to pay attention here. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of it again here. So yeah, like most, TMNT was a big factor. I think I started talking about what games I grew up playing with the Turtles series. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jeez. There we go. So anyway, I think like most kids on the NES, I had the very first TMNT game. And first off, let's address the dam situation. The dam is not hard. Anybody that says that is a hard level is a terrible gamer, in my opinion, because outside of like, yeah, maybe the first few runs were a little tough because you didn't know where to go, but once you knew where to go, it wasn't hard at all. It's not, I mean, I just don't understand people that sit there and say that, oh, it's so hard. Oh, that's cool. You know, oh, it's so hard and it's impossible, but it's not impossible. It's one of the easier things. I mean, if you're like anybody that would compare the dam level to like Ninja Gaiden, you know, sorry, Ninja Gaiden, that is tough. That dam level, that's inconvenient the first few times you run into it. That's it. But that was NES gaming. So anyway, with the first TMNT game, I always like I had this love-hate relationship with it. It was one of my first games that I reviewed because I wanted to beat some games that I owned, and I knew I could beat them just if I had the time for it. So when I first started this channel, that was one of the first ones I did because I knew I could beat the game if I had the time for it and dedication to it. As a kid, I could not. I was not very good at it. I couldn't understand some of the basic concepts of it in terms of like the mechanics of like the jumping. That was just something that, you know, little Ro could not figure out. Older Ro took, you know, 5 minutes of playing with it before he figured it out, and then it was all good because I could get past the dam stage no problem. It was the jumping that I always struggled with. So at the following stage, when you're running around, and you have the turtle band and everything. Tatsu, oh cool. Tatsu, huh? You must defeat my foot soldiers before you can fight me. Alright, bring it on. So anyway, oh, is he throwing stuff? No. Oh, he is throwing stuff at me. So anyway, so with that, but with the driving around, so the first spot that you get to driving around, at the very end, there's a series of jumps under a sewer that you have to do, and that was always what I struggled with. If I could get past that point, I could progress further into the game, but I was kind of limited to that point for quite a bit. Oh, hey, I can do that move too. How did I do that now? How did I do that jump now? Oh, because that was one too that I always liked doing. So anyway, so that's where I was kind of limited to, and then with my brothers and stuff, we played that game quite a bit, and we could get further in the game together. We could get to the Technodrome, but then the Technodrome always stumped us. So me personally, if I had runs where I think I got to the Technodrome like once or twice, and that was it. And my brothers could get to the Technodrome. A lot of times we got defeated at the Technodrome, to be honest. That was another thing that like just never could quite get the Technodrome figured out. So let's see here. Shredder gonna pop out that statue of his? Oh no, we're gonna. Okay. What is that Shredder's hideout? Is that? I'm assuming that's a tunnel? The Gauntlet. Alright, that's a cool title. So anyway, we could, a lot of times we struggled fighting the Technodrome. I know that was a big thing, trying to figure that one out. All these guys again. Alright. And so, oh, okay, you guys are jumping a lot sooner now. And so anyway, so the only way that we got to see the ending to that game was through the Game Genie. And you know, if it wasn't for the Game Genie and unlimited health there, would have never saw the end. But then when we got there, you know, this was before YouTube and everything, obviously. So to even get to that point, it was like, holy crap, this is really hard. even if we had, you know, if we didn't have the unlimited health, how are we supposed to do this? So as I got older and started collecting again, that's what kind of helped inspire me to go and start reviewing games and kind of playing through them and stuff, because I was like, you know what, I want to beat these games. So TMNT was the first one that I set myself to. Leatherhead again? Purple Leatherhead, okay. Oh, I got it. Am I good? Okay, so the gauntlet is fighting all these guys again. 2, 3. And so anyway, so I cheated a little bit, and I researched as far as what I had to do to get through the Technodrome, because once I started playing it again, like I said, my biggest flaw as a kid was not knowing how to do the jumping mechanics of like lightly pressing on the jump and stuff like that. And so I cheated a little. After a few playthroughs, I could get to the Technodrome no problem. But then running the gauntlet in the Technodrome proved that there was something I was missing, because you get to that one corridor and it was just like it's impossible. There's no way you could get through it. And sure enough, you know, when I watched on YouTube, it was just like, yeah, just take the hits and go. You know, so one of those things that like you see guys, so you would automatically assume, okay, interesting looking Rocksteady there. So you see, once I saw that it's easier to just take the hits and go. Let's see. Come on, oh, I can't. Can I not do the special move though? Do they take that away from you here? No, okay. Mike? Oh, maybe you can't do it when it... Okay, so that might answer that. Yeah, you can't do it and spam it. Alright. Okay. So anyway. So once I looked that up, I ran through, and the first time doing it, was able to beat it. It was crazy, though, because I got to, after you get through that room with the gauntlet, there you have the one soldier guy that flies through the air. You have to fight him, and I had, like, no health left in any of my turtles. And I was like, oh boy. But I was able to get past him, which was cool. Oh, come on. And then Shredder, of course, is pretty easy. Because with Shredder, basically, as long as you get him in a certain position there, you can just spam attack him. Oh, come on. Oh! Not dead yet. Oh! You can just spam attack him and take care of business with him and beat the game. So that was my first Turtles video game experience, was that game. And then years later, on a rental, like right when Nintendo was kind of finishing up there, we did a rental of TMNT 3. And we had it only for like a day. And I remember my brothers and we had a bigger yard, and we were in charge of having to mow the yard. So my dad was like, well, you guys need to take turns playing this game and mowing the yard. So we'd each like go in, we'd play for a little bit, and then you know, the next one would come up. So I remember I was playing that one, and I got to the bridge stage, I believe, all by myself. And I was really pumped for that. If I take a drink here. Oh, and I came out and I said, you know, I told my brothers where I was at, and they're like, oh yeah, whatever, you didn't do that. Because I wasn't that great of a gamer as a kid, obviously. Oh, come on. And so, but we never saw that part of, or no one saw that part of the stage, so I had no way to be like, see, that's what I saw, that's what it was. We couldn't get to it again within the time that we had it. So anyway, and then for a friend's birthday, I came over to his house, probably around 95 or something like that, and he had Turtles in Time, and it was such an awesome birthday of like just we played that nonstop. And of course he had beaten it how many times himself already at this point, but there's a few of us over and a lot of us we hadn't played it yet, and so we just sat there just playing that game nonstop. Yeah, and beat the game multiple times or whatever, and it was a lot of fun. But unfortunately I never got a chance to actually own the game, so anytime I would play it after that would always be like going to a friend's house or borrowing it from somebody. Then my next Turtles video game experience would have been, then the same friend also had on the Game Boy, let's see what's going to happen here. Stockman, okay. Alright, I'm assuming he's like Tetsuya then. So anyway, so then he had that the Fall of the Foot on the Game Boy, or whatever the first one was called. And so I remember playing that and was like, oh, this is kind of crap actually. This one's not nearly as good. And he was like, yeah, no, it's definitely not. So anyway, that's all I really played outside of also I guess the LCD games we had. I personally had the first one and the third one. Which, first one I remember not liking until I figured out how to play it, and then I was like, okay, that's alright. And then the third one I remember liking a lot. It was definitely a tough game. Or at least so I recall. Maybe now I'd say, no, it's a pretty easy game. But anyway, so we had the LCD screen games. Then, obviously, Turtles kind of dropped in popularity, and then was no longer around, and no more Turtles stuff that I ever played until they came back out on TV, and then, which was around in college, and then we rented one day the Turtles video game on Xbox, or actually we rented the PS2 version. My buddy had a PS2, I had an Xbox, he had PS2. So we rented that, and we played through it, and like the entire time we're like, yes, this is it. This game is awesome. Love the game. Lots of fun. I would proceed to buy the game myself and go through and fight as every single turtle, which honestly then my appreciation for the game kind of dropped. And so yeah, and shortly after that I bought I had a Game Boy Advance at the time, so I bought the Game Boy Advance version of the game. Enjoyed that. I thought that was kind of fun. It was a little different. You could drive. You had bonus stages and stuff. And as a whole, I thought, like I said, I thought it was an enjoyable game. Not the worst, not the greatest, but certainly a TMNT fix. And my previous strategy seems to be starting to fail now. Get off me! Oh, I always hated these buzzers. And so, after that, didn't really play anything after that. No, I take that back. Nope, actually, the final Turtles game I had on the Xbox was the fourth one that came out for that system, and it was like it wasn't quite a Smash Brothers game. I can't remember what that one was called though. Mutant Melee, maybe? I can't remember, but it was, I don't know, I ended up kind of liking the game just because I think I wanted more of like a Ninja Turtles fix, and that was the only way to really get it. Especially since it was a cheaper game. Come on, don't die though. Come on. I gotta get this last hit on it. Come on, get over it. There we go. So anyway, yeah, it was Mutant Melee or whatever it was called. Monsters have been beaten. Are you gonna come out as... No, you're not coming out as the Frog. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, so that was my last thing that I played, really. Dead End. There we go, there's Shredder. Human Turtles. Feel the wrath of the Hyperstone. Alright, final shell shock. Alright. So yeah, so that was kind of the end of it till recently, when I started collecting again. Then I picked up, it was actually for the GameCube, but I picked up the 2 sequels to the second series of the Ninja Turtles. Battle Nexus and Mutant Mayhem. I believe those 2 are called, and they're also like Turtles 2, Turtles 3. Okay, this level's similar, at least, to Turtles in Time. And, yeah, in those games, like, oh, jeez. And those games, like, they definitely have interesting ideas, but they're just, I mean, at least from a one-player experience, like, that's just as, like, if they were like, they are multiplayer, so maybe if I played with a friend, there'd be some more enjoyment out there, but as far as a single-player experience, they're just kind of okay. It was kind of fun. Some levels were kind of annoying, though. I think in the third one, they had some, like, shooter, on-the-rail shooter type levels, and those were, you know, they're definitely an interesting idea, but not that challenging. But they also had, like, a level-up system, too, and team co-play there, so, like, all the turtles were out there, and you could tell them, like, hey, go fight over here and stuff. So, I mean, definitely interesting ideas. I also had picked up on the Wii the Smash Brothers version of the Turtles, but I didn't put any time in that, and then unfortunately my Wii died. And then now, talking about Turtles and thinking of games and thinking of fighting games, I can't believe I forgot about one of my favorite games as a kid. That was TMNT. Wow, I can't believe I forgot that, but I mean, I guess I'm distracted here. So my favorite one that I had as a kid then, since it was a Christmas gift, if I'm not mistaken, and that was Turtles Tournament Fighters. And now I know, compared to, you know, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and stuff, the game doesn't necessarily hold out, but in my opinion, for the Super Nintendo, Turtles Tournament Fighters is an awesome game. You know, there's definitely ways to you know, cheat the system and make it pretty easy for fighting. For example, you can just, you know, press down and slide into the guys and just constantly do that. If you have like a guy like Mikey, you can do a slide ground attack, and the girl, the Chun-Li type character, you could do that with her, as well as she had that butt ram attack, and you could build up her special move. And yeah, so there's definitely ways to spam it, but I still really enjoyed the game. I thought it was a really cool idea. I wish that something similar would come out again for the Turtles, because they're totally set up for more fighting like that. But anyway, I really enjoyed that game as well. And now that I'm collecting again and picking up games, you know, games like Turtles 2, the arcade game, one that never even like saw as a kid. It wasn't until I was older, and you know, I only played a level or two, and a lot of people would put that run right up there with Turtles Tournament Fighters as a great game there for the NES. And I haven't really played it yet. I've done it a little bit. Obviously, pretty solid re-imaging of the first arcade game. So definitely one that I want to put more time in. And I also played there for a bit, because I own it, is Turtles 3 on the Game Boy Advance, sorry, on the Game Boy. a little bit of a different version of the turtles than what you're used to. Each one gets like their own individual level, and I honestly couldn't get past the first level because you start off as Michelangelo, and he's got a maze to get through, and with how briefly I played it, I couldn't get through the maze, and I've never really gone back to it because just it wasn't grabbing me. And I've been meaning to pick up Back from the Sewers from the Game Boy so I can complete that collection, but just have not come across it yet. Pay attention here for a minute. I wouldn't mind dying here, at least when I get to the second stage. Oh. Before I do die, just so I don't have to necessarily fight through all this again, if that's what's going to happen. But I wouldn't mind trying Leo or Raph. I have a feeling that I'm going to breeze through this, that I will be able to beat the game here, so I want to try maximizing my turtles. I'm getting sleepy. That's the downside to playing late at night. Trying to get through the game before I fall asleep. What the heck? I don't want to die right this moment. Definitely seems scarce on pizza in this game, but so was Turtles in Time. One thing I remember is spamming the jump kick quite a bit. Oh, barely made it past that. Start this all over again. All right. Yeah, let's try a little bit. Oh man, we have to do this whole thing again. I bet I was probably right at the last part too there. So yeah, as a whole, I would say the Turtles, at least in video games, yeah, they've had their ups and downs. I mean, obviously, you know, starting with the first one there, not living up to what people were hoping for, and plus just all the bad ports of it. I mean, I only had the NES version, but you know, I've seen the different. All the other versions, and they all look worse. And I mean, as a whole, I think the first NES game gets a little too much grief for what it was. I still think that, you know, if we didn't have the Turtles slapped on there, oh, come on, you know, people would say it would give it a little bit better rating. But anyway. as a whole, I don't think we can, say that we're really disappointed in what there's been. I mean, obviously, it hasn't been perfect, but it's certainly, when you consider other franchises, it's not one that necessarily is AAA, but it's definitely one that there's some fun games. But I think, unfortunately for us, the fans, the reason why we can't, we just are too picky about the series is because of just how great of a game Turtles in Time was. I mean, that game alone kind of shaped what we expected from the Turtles to come. I mean, and like Mario, each game almost, arguably gets better. And so that's why, anytime with a Mario game, you're like, well, how can they top this? They come out and they top it, and it's just like, wow, this is awesome. So with the Turtles, you're thinking the same thing of well, after Turtles in Time, the possibilities are endless on how awesome these guys are going to be, and then it's like, no, slow the roll there a little bit. It's not, what they did is they took a genre that was kind of at the end of its ropes too. I mean, the Super Nintendo was kind of the end of really good beat 'em ups. Once we switched over to 3D, it hasn't quite been the same. So I think it's just, the Turtles, they haven't been able to live up to Turtles in Time, but at the same time, I think that, there's definitely some quality games out there to get some Turtle enjoyment, and it's just a matter of how you take in the game. Like I said, like the ones that are on the Xbox, that generation, I think they can be fun. I mean, if you have some friends along, there's certainly some fun to be had. It's certainly not perfect, but there's some fun. Oh man. Now the movies, on the other hand, what can you say about that first movie? The first movie is, I don't want to say perfection, but it's pretty close to what we wanted out of a Ninja Turtles movie. Maybe if anything, I would say too realistic. And I don't even know if I want to say that. I thought they did a great job of balancing the worlds and whatnot. But yeah, maybe too realistic. And obviously they probably felt the same thing because the next two sequels just got sillier and then sillier. Turtles 2 is obviously, fun, Tokar Razor. But as a whole, I always was like, it's just not as good. Fun, yes, good, yeah. And then also with Turtles 3. As a kid, I enjoyed that one way more than what I should have. But that's because of all the one-liners and stuff as a kid that appealed to me. But now when I watch it with more of a mindful eye on what is good cinema, I see the badness of it, and see why it was a franchise killer. But an 8-year-old me still thought it was a great film. Oh, I can't stop yawning now. Not an indication of the game. I'm having a lot of fun playing this game. And then when you go to the TMNT movie, the animated movie, when I first saw it, I didn't care for it. I mean, the Raph and Leo, the Raph and Leo fight was, it was definitely a highlight. That was pretty cool. But since they kind of build it as, they sat there. Are these popping up in different spots? What the heck? they certainly build it up as I mean it's a sequel to the other movies. In theory, it's a sequel, because they acknowledge the other movies and stuff. But I guess that's where, as I said before, you know, the other movies made it up to be like realistic in the world. This one kind of threw that out the door, so I guess that's why I kind of struggle with that one. I think as a whole, it's not good. I think as a whole, you know, like I watch it again, and it's decent. It's all right. But yeah, it's I need to watch it again, I guess, to really get an opinion on it. I've ended up liking it more than I did when I first got out of the theaters from seeing it. And then the Michael Bay film, which if you guys want to see it, you can check it out on my thoughts as soon as I got out of the theater from it. You know, I've rewatched it a few times now. I bought the 3D Blu-ray, which was completely pointless. I've not been happy with any of the 3D releases that I've seen outside of Avatar on home video. And I'm pretty sure my TV's a solid 3D TV, but anyway. You know, it's a movie that it's certainly not perfect. I actually didn't mind Megan Fox being April O'Neil, which I didn't want to do, but I did. Will Arnett was okay, even though he is kind of creepy Rob Lowe, just because they clearly established that Megan Fox is a young reporter. Hoping it'll last a little longer. Yeah, Megan Fox is clearly a young reporter. Will Arnett's character, you know, they don't come out and say he's an older guy, but he is. Okay, so this is right where I died before. I am not doing that good. I've already lost 2 lives. So, you know, how their love triangle is going to play out, I guess, because if you want to throw Mikey in there, Mikey's clearly in the lead of winning her heart. So I guess we'll call it a love triangle. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it works, I guess, but it's still kind of like, really? You're going to try going after her? Yep. Okay. Well, at least I got a chance to speak Crane here. Power of Super Crane. Woo. But yeah, the Turtles as a whole, like, my biggest thing when I first saw them was like, they're wearing clothes. What? And I think it was just because of a really bad Halloween costume that's kind of how it got revealed. And it was like, no, like, this looks terrible. As far as their faces, of the being flat and blah blah blah, like, that didn't bother me. That I mean, it's a re-imaging, so I was like, okay, I'm willing to accept that. That's fine. But it was with the clothes and stuff. That was my first initial thing. Well, the first initial thing was that a Michael Bay company was going to handle it. That was my first problem with it. Was that no. I hate the Transformer movies. I think they are dumb. The first one was okay. The rest were terrible, and there's no plot to them. So that's what I wanted to avoid, because anything that Platinum Dunes has really done, I have not been happy with. Or they get the first one right and then they screw it up from there. So they definitely had some cliches in it. The whole we're bulletproof thing was a convenient way to get them to not have to worry about being shot at, which, okay, fine, I understand it. The only really misstep I thought they took was by listening to the fan outrage and getting rid of Fincher from being the Shredder. Maybe now with the sequel that actually won't be as big of a deal. I don't know, but it seemed like a misstep. because when Shredder finally kind of enters the scene for the first time and they go for a big battle, it didn't hold its effect. If it was Fitchner, I think it would have been cooler. But instead, like, I mean, Shredder was still cool, don't get me wrong. I did like that interpretation of him. I thought I wouldn't. But I did like the look of him, I should say. Alright, what happens here? We're talking about Shredder. I ought to fight Shredder. But Super Shredder will. Alright. Oh, cool. We got the elevator scene. Alright, so anyway, but as far as the Turtles themselves, I think they nailed the characters for the most part. You know, I didn't really have any problems with any of them, except for Donnie with the glasses. I mean, again, I guess they kind of pulled it off, so I don't know. I think as a whole, the Turtles, well, again, maybe not perfect, certainly not bad, and I think they got off to a decent start with them. Splinter, I thought, looked kind of cool. Some of the scenes that they did or whatever, those were a little cheesy, and I think that was the problem with the film, is that it didn't know if it wanted to be cheesy or serious on certain things, and that's what kind of hurt it. So, but as a whole, after watching it multiple times and it being a year or two now since it's come out, I'm still interested in what the sequel is going to bring. I mean, we obviously are going to see a Bebop and Rocksteady. They switched out Shredder and Karai, so we'll see what happens there. I am kind of curious on how that angle is going to go, because like that was the one thing that the first time when I watched it, I was like, you know, like, yeah, okay, the Shredder thing works. But now knowing that those were rewrites and watching them a couple times now it's just like, yeah, it's obvious it doesn't quite work. You can tell that, you know, Fincher's dialogue in some of the scenes, like, he was saying it coming as the Shredder, and so that's why it's like, yeah, it doesn't work as well. So I'm curious how it all kind of ties together. I hope that they don't try to get so many bad guys in, because I'm pretty sure Stockman's in it as well, so I'm hoping they don't try just doing all these transformations and it just doesn't work and it's a 3-4 hour movie and, you know, it turns into a Transformers sequel. If it does that, then I will be super upset, and I think it'll be hard for them to justify doing a third movie. But if they stay away from that and they have fun with it, but they get a good plot, you know, going, you know, I think it's going to at least be an acceptable series. As far as the cartoon series, I haven't watched the new one yet. I know that's bad. I've been meaning to, because I actually, when I went back and watched for the first time the second cartoon series, and this was years ago, and I really enjoyed it the first like season and a half to 2 seasons, I think. Really, really well done. Really like that. But then once it hit the fast forward side of things, really lost a lot of respect for it then. And then the next iteration, which I can't even remember, was just downright terrible for the last season. So it started off strong for 4 or 5 seasons, and then fast forward from there on out was bad. I'm almost done with this. So yeah, so I haven't gone checked that out. Oh, and then the TV movie that they did. That, I mean, I know people like it, but I thought it was an abomination, because the one scene where the new Turtles meet the old classic series Turtles, and I'm pretty sure it was Leonardo that he's like, oh, running around, and they're showing them how like silly they are, and then like Leonardo runs up and gives one of the turtles a noogie, And it's like, no, that's not. Excuse me. Oh man. live Let's Plays here. That's what happens. But yeah, he gives him a noogie, and it's like, what? Really? That's not how they were. Like, I'm sorry. Like, they were fun, but it wasn't like they're running around like they totally missed what they were. Did not get it. And so what was a really cool concept, and I was really like, yeah, like this could be a lot of fun, turned into just complete crap, in my opinion. Now, maybe I'll go back and rewatch it and have a different view on it, but that's when I was like, yeah, this is bad. And then when they announced yet another new series coming out, I just was like, you know what, if I watch it, cool, if not, whatever. And obviously the Turtles are back and they're just as popular as ever, I would say. I haven't taken the time to with the series to watch it. Okay, now these levels are kind of feeling like a big stretch just to add in gameplay and suck quarters, which is an arcade, so of course they'd be doing that. So anyway, so I know the new series is supposedly awesome and everything, and yeah, I just haven't had the time to watch it. Hoping to sit down and watch it sometime, but as of now, has not happened. All right, here we go. This better be the Shredder. Show you the real power of the Hyperstone. Alright, Super Shred Head. You're gonna show me by making me jump up and down. Oh, this guy is gonna be brutal. Oh. Okay. Let's try Raph. And let's hope. Oh, tell me I don't have to start. Oh, that's what happened last time. Okay. Whew. I was gonna say, what? Alright. I'm a little worried I'm not going to be able to beat her. Oh! What the? Okay, let's just get away from him. Alright, how did I get in there that first time? Oh, come on. I feel like the hit detection in this game just isn't quite on par with where it needs to be. This guy's actually easier. This is seriously all I have to do. Once you get the pattern down. Oh, the Shredder's actually easier than what. Remember and again, I mean, I guess I haven't really tried beating the Super Nintendo game in a while, so maybe my memory, you know, I have a little bit of nostalgia. Oh, okay, you're not coming over here. But dang it. I remember the Super Shredder at the Super Nintendo one being way more difficult. This is pretty easy. Get out of that corner. Delaying the inevitable. The fact that he doesn't even like really try to hit you. It's kind of surprising. Oh. Okay, that is brutal. These corners. There we go. Is that it? That's it? Oh wow. Okay. That was easy. Shredder had the easiest pattern to figure out. Well, I was not expecting to beat this game tonight. There, okay, awesome. They still got the kid jumping in there. With the Hero Turtles, yeah, I got the European copy there, so. Alright, well, that is the end of the Hyperstone Heist. So, as a whole, I mean, I guess my really, the only complaint I had is I thought the hit detection was kind of off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this one for a little bit, but yeah, that was the only thing really that, like, just didn't seem right about the game compared to Turtles in Time, was that there's a few places where hit detection was just like, really? What? Huh? But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a fun game. Kind of surprised that Shredder was that easy, though. I guess that's, I mean, I'm used to, I guess that's just kind of typical video game. You know, is where the boss guy at the end there just isn't as tough. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just with how late it is and I'm tired, but I guess I can't make my mind up if I think this one is pretty good or not. Alright, well, anyway, so that concludes the first nostalgic first of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist. I hope you guys had fun. Once I got kind of into the game there, I was hoping, you know, hopefully you guys had some entertainment there. A few parts there got a little quiet. But anyway, if you guys have games you want me to try out for the first time, just let me know what games you think I might not have played. I'll let you know. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, there are a lot of games. You guys will probably be impressed with what games I haven't played yet. So anyway, so I guess, I mean, I'll let the credits kind of roll here just to see. Here we go. All right. I was going to say, is it just going to be basic? Game over. 2 points. 12 points. That's all I had. Okay, that's it. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign out then. So thanks for tuning in to a nostalgic first Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist. Hope to be doing this a little bit more frequently, and we'll see how things go. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and let me know if there's games out there you want me to try out and get my opinion on for playing it for the first time. Talk to you later, guys.